Good morning, everybody. We have seen the method of finding the greatest common divisor of two non-zero integers a and b. This method is called as a Euclidean algorithm. Today we shall see the least common multiple. At first we shall define the least common multiple of two integers a and b. Mean we shall consider two non-zero integers a and b. Then their least common multiple is defined as. Before that, we shall say what is a common multiple. Means suppose m is any integer, and if two integers a divides m and b also divides m, that means the integer m is divisible by two integers a and b, then we can call this m as a common multiple of a and b. In other words, by definition of divisibility, m is equals to ar, suppose, for some integer r, and again m is equals to as for some integer s. Means if we have m is equal to m is equals to b s, then we say that m is a common multiple of a and b. If there exists any arbitrary common multiple, for example, c, if c is the arbitrary common multiple of a and b, that means we have a divides c, also b divides c, and if we have c is m is less than or equal to c, m is less than or equal to c, then m is called as a least common multiple. We have written definition here. Is we shall consider a and b with two integers, especially non-zero. Then if we have a divides m and b divides m, here a divides m and b divides m, first condition means that m is a common multiple of two integers a and b. Secondly, we shall consider if there exists another integer c satisfying the condition that a divides c, b divides c. That means c is also common divisor. C is a common multiple of a and b. Here m is a common multiple of a and b. Second means c is also common multiple of a and b. Here c is a positive integer greater than 0. Then if this condition is satisfied, m is less than or equal to c, then m is called as a least common multiple of a and b. Try to understand. First condition means m is a common multiple of a and b. Second condition, this part, is c is also common multiple of a and b, but c is any arbitrary common multiple and m is less than or equal to c. That means m is a least common multiple of two integers a and b. For example, consider the integer 12 and 30. Which are the common multiples of 12 and 30? Biggest integer is 30. 30 divides 30, but 12 does not divide 30. Then go further verifying that, and we can observe that 60 is divisible by both 12 and 30. 60 is divisible by both 12 and 30. Means we have considered two integers, non-zero integer 12 and 30, and we can observe that first integer, which is divisible by both the integer 12 and 30, is a 60. That means this condition is satisfied. 12 divides 60 and 13 divides 60. Both the integer 12 and 30 divides 60. That means just like A divides M and B divides M. Here M is a common multiple. Similarly here also 60 is a common multiple. Similarly, we can observe that both the integer 12 and 30 divides 120. Next integer. And that means 120 is also common multiple of 12 and 30. 180 is also common multiple of 12 and 30, and continuing like this. There are infinite number of common multiples of the integer 12 and 30. But among these infinite number of common multiples of A and B, we can observe that smallest is 60. Smallest is 60. And therefore, least common multiple of 12 and 30 is 60. This is the notation to denote the least common multiple of 12 and 60. Means here we can write as a notation least common multiple of AB is equals to, what is in this case? M. Least common multiple of AB is equals to M. This is notation. Here in this case, least common multiple of 12 and 30 is equals to 60. Okay. Now we shall prove one theorem. Using this theorem, we can find the least common multiple of any two given integers. The statement is, we have to consider two integers, non-zero integers A and B. Means for positive integers A and B, the statement of the theorem is greatest common divisor of AB and least common multiple of AB is equals to product of these two integers. Product of these two integers. Okay. Here we have taken A and B are positive integers, and therefore the product is AB. But if we eliminate this condition, means we shall consider any integer, negative also, then this value is equals to modulus of AB. This is equal to modulus of AB. But our theorem is A and B are positive, therefore we are taking this as a into B. To prove this, at first assume that greatest common divisor of this part, greatest common divisor of AB is denoted by D. As a D is the greatest common divisor of A and B, by the definition, D divides both the integer A and B because it is a common divisor of A and B. Try to understand difference between common divisor and common multiple. Means if D divides A and D divides B, then this D is a common divisor because D divides both the integer A and B. D is a common divisor. And common multiple means A divides M and B also divides M. That means two integers divide the common integer. That means that M is in multiples of A and B, and therefore M is called as a common multiple of A and B. Here D is the greatest common divisor. D is a common divisor of A and B, and if D is the greatest among all common divisor, it is called as a greatest common divisor. Similarly here M is a common multiple of A and B, and if M is the smallest or least among all common multiples of A and B, then it is called as a least common multiple. Here our assumption is that D is the greatest common divisor of A and B. As D is a common divisor of A and B, which divides both the integer a and b. That means d divides a, d divides b. Now here d divides a. Apply the definition of divisibility. Where a divides b, if we write b is equals to a into some integer x. Similarly here, as d divides a, this a can be written as d into some other integer. Here r is a integer. Similarly, d divides b means b is equal to d into some other integer which is denoted by s. Means together d divides a and d divides b implies d divides a is equals to dr and b is equals to ds. Here r and s are the integers. Now consider m is equals to, consider value of m is a into b upon d. Here a and b are the given integers and d is the greatest common divisor of given integers. This ratio is denoted by m. As we have m is equals to ab upon d. But we have the values of a and b here. A is equals to dr and b is equals to ds. At first put the value of b as a ds from this equation. B is equals to ds. Here put the value of b as a ds, means we get m is equal to a into b, b means ds upon divided upon d. And then this dd will get cancelled, which is equal to a into s. Okay. Similarly, in this equation put the value of a, value of a is d into r. Try to understand. At first we have substituted the value of b as a ds and we get m is equals to as. Secondly, we shall put a is equals to dr here, dr into b upon d. Again this dd get cancelled, we get this is equals to rb. Means assuming that m is equals to ab upon d and putting the value of a and b one by one, we get two values of m as m is equals to as and m is equals to rb. Okay. As m is equals to as, m is equals to as means it can be written as from this. Applying the definition of divisibility, here s is any integer, means this can be written as a divides m. Okay. Actually it is not necessary to write, but for clarity m is equal to as, s is any integer, that means a divides m, and here m is equal to rb, r is any integer, therefore this implies b divides m. Means a divides m, b divides m. That means m is a common multiple of a and b. That means we are able to prove first condition. Able to prove first condition because we have to find the least common multiple. A divides m and b divides m. In second case, we shall consider any arbitrary common divisor a and b, which is denoted by c. Here we have assumed that c is any positive integer such that it is a common multiple of a and b. Any arbitrary common multiple of a and b. As c is a common multiple of a and b, a divides c and b divides c. That means it is not necessary to write this part also. You can write directly, assume that a divides c and b divides c. Then we have to prove that m is less than or equal to c. Okay. To prove this, apply the definition of divisibility. A is equals to cx. So a divide c means c is equals to a into some integer x. This is our definition. But here instead of x, we shall consider the integer u. A divides c is equals to c is equals to au, and b divides c means c is equals to b v for some integer u and v. Now we know that the greatest common divisor of two integers, if D is equals to greatest common divisor of A and B, then there exists integer x and y such that D is equals to ax plus by. Already we have proved this result as a theorem. And using this result, as D is the greatest common divisor of A and B, therefore this implies D is equals to ax plus by. Okay? And now consider C upon M. Consider the value C upon M is equals to this C as it is, but M is A upon AB upon D. M is equals to AB upon D. Here denominator is goes to the numerator, and therefore this expression will become CD upon AB. Okay? But value of D is x plus by. Means here CD upon AB can be written as C into ax plus by upon AB. Then multiply by C here, it can be written as ACX plus BCY upon AB. What is the first term? This will be ACX plus BCY upon AB. And now divide each term. Here this A get cancelled. And what is remain? C upon B into X. Means after multiplying and dividing, it will become C upon B X plus this is CBY. B get cancelled. C upon A Y. Try to understand again. Here, first term is CAX upon AB. A get cancelled. It is C upon B into X. This is the first term. Similarly, after multiplying second term, it is a C into B into Y upon AB. Then BB get cancelled. What remains? C upon A into Y. Here, C upon A into Y. But what is the value of C upon B? Come here. Look this one. C is equals to A upon C is equals to A into U. Therefore, again here, C is equals to B into V. From first, C upon A, divide both sides by A. C upon A is equals to U. C upon A, put that value as a U. And from second, C upon B is equals to B. C divided by B is equals to B. And this C divided by A is equals to U. Therefore, this equation C upon B into X plus C upon A into Y changes to Vx plus Uy. Now here, Vx plus Uy is completely integer because we know that U is an integer, V is an integer, and X and Y also integer. Therefore, this C by M, multiply both sides by M, it will become C is equals to M into Vx plus Uy. M into Vx plus Uy. And as a Vx plus Uy is a integer, this is of the kind C is equals to M into some integer Vx plus Uy. And by the definition of divisibility, this implies that M divides C. M divides C. But we know that if A divides B, that means B is a divisible by A. When B will be divisible by A is less than or equal to B. We have proved as a property A divides B implies A is less than or equal to B. And using this, M divides C implies M is less than or equal to C. Okay? Means what we are able to prove that at first here m is a common multiple of a and b. And secondly, we have taken c is a any positive common multiple of a and b, and we get m is less than or equal to c. That means m is a least common multiple. That means we are able to prove this condition. A divides b, b divides a divides m, and b divides m. Here we are able to prove that a divides m and b divides m. Secondly, if we have a divides c and b divides c, then we are able to prove that m is less than or equal to b. If these two conditions are satisfied, then we know that m is a least common multiple of a and b. m is the least common multiple of a and b. Okay, this is a by definition of least common multiple. LCM of AB is equals to m. But what is the value of m? A into b upon d. That means this is equals to AB upon d. But what is d? D is the greatest common divisor of a and b. D is the greatest common divisor of a and b, and therefore it can be written as AB upon greatest common divisor of AB. Means what we are able to prove, least common multiple of AB is equals to AB upon greatest common divisor of AB. Means we are able to prove, I am removing this part. What we have proved? We have proved least common multiple of AB is equals to AB upon greatest common divisor of AB. And now take the cross multiplication. After taking cross multiplication, GCD of AB into LCM of AB is equals to AB. This is the required. GCD of AB is into LCM of AB is equals to AB, which is the required answer here. Okay. Now this is the proof. But here you can observe that GCD of AB into LCM of AB is equals to AB. That means what is LCM? Means you shall consider LCM of AB is equals to AB upon GCD of AB. Means whenever we have to find the least common of A and B, to find the least common of A and B, we require to find the greatest common divisor of A and B. Because formula of LCM of AB is equals to AB upon greatest common divisor of AB. Okay? Means whenever we have to find the least common multiple of A and B, we have to find at first their greatest common divisor. And already we know the method of finding the greatest common divisor. We can find it by using Euclidean algorithm, and put the value of greatest common divisor of AB here. You will get LCM as a AB upon greatest common divisor of AB. But in this result, what happened? Look here. What happened if GCD of AB is equals to 1? Then GCD of AB is equal to 1, means we get, what is the formula? LCM of AB. LCM of AB is equals to AB upon GCD of AB. This is a formula by theorem. But if this GCD of AB is equals to 1, GCD of AB is equals to 1 means A and B are relatively prime integer, then put the value of this as 1 means LCM of AB is equals to A into B, because GCD of AB is equals to 1. Means whenever A and B are relatively prime integers, then this LCM of AB is equals to A into B. Or we can state this as a corollary of previous theorem. This will be stated as GCD of AB is equals to 1 if and only if LCM of AB is equals to A into B. Okay. Now whenever you require to find the LCM, you have to find the greatest common divisor. For example, find the LCM of already we have obtained this 143 227. To find the LCM of 143 227, at first we have to find the greatest common divisor of 143 227. In first example, we have obtained this greatest common divisor as a 1. That means these are relatively prime integer, and therefore LCM of these two will become product of these two integers. Okay, we shall stop with this proof of the theorem, and problem means find the LCM of 143 and 227. Actually, I have not given complete solution because already you have obtained in previous lecture. You have obtained the greatest common divisor of these two integer. Only you have to put the value of this there, and a into b means 143 into 227, and is divided by greatest common divisor.